Hey there. Well, first off, this presentation it's going to be overtly dualistic, very yin-yang, and it's going to involve animals, not real ones, metaphoric ones, and specifically donkeys and elephants, but you can imagine trying to capture that image for illustrations, so I'm pretty happy to just open with these cute contrasting canines. So what are we going to cover over the next 6 minutes and 40 seconds? And yes, this is a Pecha Kucha, so I can look into the future, and I can tell you that's exactly how long this thing will last. Well, roughly speaking, we're going to explore three things: democracy, how to deal with the media during elections, and the importance of taking action. Now, based on the title, you might expect me to thrust the gladiatorial sword of communism into the abdomen of the United States, but not so fast. This is really meant to be an optimistic outlook on democracy in our country, with an accompanying concession that the media-fueled political season can really get overwhelming, and sometimes we just need a few techniques to deal with it. So if I really am pro-democracy, disregard the attempt at a punny title, why? And what is democracy anyway? So the word democracy comes from the Greek language and is loosely translated as ruled by the people. A democracy is simply a system of government where the decisions are shared between the people and the representatives they elect. And it also usually involves some other things like a constitution of basic rights, competitive economies, things like that. So, this seems like a pretty logical way to do business, right? I mean, I think so. These democratic forms of government offer citizens a number of really good benefits. Things like individual liberties, freedom of expression, association, freedom of speech, legal protections, things like a speedy trial and access to an impartial jury. They promote equality. All members of a country or state are, or at least should be, equal in the eye of the law. So in that case, democracy seems like a pretty good thing. Okay, I think you get the picture. So, hopefully at this point I've convinced you that I'm actually offering my full endorsement of democracy. This is an optimistic presentation, I think, provided at a time when optimistic outlooks just don't seem to always accompany politics. No, I know. Slow down. Easy there, Mr. Thumbs Up for America, Thumbs Up for Democracy. What about the whole and how to ignore it part of the, questionably successful title? This isn't just some presentation on democracy. I'm channeling your inner Buzz Lightyear there. No, and don't worry, I've got you covered with some tips and some tricks to hopefully really make this political season tolerable. Or would you believe me if I told you, maybe even enjoyable, fun, exciting? Well, yeah, I think so. And part of that excitement is certainly the debate, the arguments, the issues that really matter to you. Go find a group of friends and find an issue and get under their skin. Have an argument. Have a debate. It's certainly healthy. But then get outside. Find some complete silence. I took a walk with my dog and realized I was losing the trail at one point, and also realized that's exactly what I was after, and kept going, and this is where I ended up. Far from politics. Seek out news sources that either contradict or complement your opinion. Certainly. Go read blogs written by political analysts. Learn about the issues that are really affecting you and affecting all the citizens in this country. But then take the time to do your own reading, your own writing. Get completely lost in something completely unrelated. Find something that really lets you separate mentally, lets you check out and forget politics altogether. Try to be active and involved in politics. Go attend a political debate or a local candidate rally. This was a local debate at Denver University that totally shifted my thinking on a lot of the views that I had really come to accept. But then go for a jog, take a swim, or in my case, play a soccer game in Africa. And trust me, when I was playing soccer with these children, The media and political frenzy back home could not have been further out of my mind, and that's exactly what I wanted. There's so many amazing places and amazing things to do and things we love that aren't politics. Go find that and give your brain a break. Here I was in the Amazon jungle watching the US men's national team play in the World Cup. Politics was not on my mind. But then when I got back home, I was ready to re-engage. I was all of a sudden re-energized and ready for the political mudslinging and the media and the knockout punches that I knew were coming. And it was because I had taken that time to reflect. And I remembered what a democracy affords me. And yes, politics and the media, they can be absolutely infuriating. Dwight hardly seems to do it justice here when you're sitting watching TV and 8 out of 10 ads are, and I support this message, to attack my opponent and make every last American go crazy. Our democracy is important, but only so far as we have the perspective to understand it and the necessary balance in our lives to enjoy the things it brings us. So here's my call to action. Find a balance in your life where the separation from democracy is also the very thing that motivates you to be civically engaged.
I stand here knowing that my story is part of the larger American story, that I owe a debt to all of those who came before me, and that in no other country on earth is my story even possible. Tonight, we gather to affirm the greatness of our nation. Not because of the height of our skyscrapers, or the power of our military, or the size of our economy. Our pride is based on a very simple premise, summed up in a declaration made over 200 years ago. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That is the true genius of America.